Donald Trump is quickly losing control of Republicans in Congress, and mass deportation, as promised by Trump, is already in doubt. He hasn't even been sworn in yet. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on. We are still a month or so from Donald Trump's inauguration, and we're already seeing major cracks in the foundation of this party, cracks that could completely upend Donald Trump's entire agenda. Now, Donald Trump, of course, asked House Republicans to suspend the debt ceiling, essentially giving him a blank check for future spending. But a group of Republicans said, hold on a second, we are not comfortable with that. Adding to the debt is just not something that they want to do. And they joined forces with Democrats to shut it down. And this became a huge statement from Donald Trump's own party. They are simply not afraid of Donald Trump. Now, if you recall, Donald Trump campaigned on these massive, very expensive promises, including the largest deportation program in U.S. history with no price tag on it, tax cuts for rich and corporations galore. You name it, he promised it. But all of that stuff costs money. And after what just happened with the debt ceiling, it's difficult to see how Trump is going to convince Republicans to foot the bill for tens of thousands of detention centers and infrastructure for nonstop deportations and all of it. And even some typical Trump loyalists are raising eyebrows. Take Eric Burlison from Missouri, for example. He said, I love Donald Trump, but he didn't vote me into office. My district did. And that's really the core issue here. These Republicans might like Trump, or at least they pretend to, but they don't want to lose their seats if their voters turn on them over runaway spending or Trump's pet projects that do nothing for their districts. And of course, with Trump, an instant lame duck the day he gets sworn in, unless he can come up with something else to hold over their heads, they're not going to be scared of him. Now, there's this idea that this Trump term is going to be sort of a setup term to reset government in the MAGA image, such that maybe it's JD and Don Jr. run in 28 or whatever. Okay, if that all happens perfectly, what Trump can hold over their heads is my people are still going to be in charge after 2028. But short of that, or unless they can get fellow Republicans to believe that in 2025, they are not, the other Republicans are not going to be incentivized to just go with whatever Trump wants the way they may have been in the past. This is not only about the so-called fiscal hawks, because the Republican Party also has a razor-thin majority in the House, and that is going to give small factions of the Republican Party a ton of power. If just 38 Republicans can torpedo Trump's debt ceiling plan, imagine the uphill battle he's going to face with some of these other very expensive big ticket promises. Now, for those saying, I thought Republicans were about reducing the size of government and reducing the budget. Oh, Trump blew up the deficit when he was president the first time, and he'll probably do it again. Trump is coming in with the expectation that there will be complete and total loyalty from everybody. He thinks he can wave his hand and everybody's going to jump. But this early vote on the debt ceiling is showing that the opposite is happening. Trump's own party is ready to push back whenever they feel like it. And this is trouble for the more extreme ideas like deporting 1 million people a year or creating massive new government programs at the drop of a hat. We're talking about a guy who wants no price tag on his pet projects, but he can't even get Republicans to agree to raise the debt ceiling for him, something that he needs before the real spending can actually get going in earnest. And if Trump is not able to rally his party around this, he is going to struggle like hell on these legislative minefields that are forthcoming. So the takeaway here is Trump's presidency has not even started, and many of his ideas are already imperiled, as evidenced by this debt ceiling vote. And we are going to witness a Republican Party that is going to still have its faction that rolls over for him. Yes, sir. How high, sir? Of course, sir. But it's not going to happen on everything, and it's not going to happen with everybody. If he wants a real chance of pushing through his agenda, he's going to have to do something he's never been big on, which is compromise. And it is yet another reminder that despite all the fact about a unified government behind Trump with a mandate and all this stuff, we already took apart the idea that there's a mandate. They don't seem unified behind him. And most importantly, for everybody who thinks there's no sense in building an opposition here. Oh, there is, because it's all going to come down to just a few votes for Trump, the way it's looking. And that is an opportunity that is ripe for jumping into and saying, not on this. No, 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 we're not going to allow it to go. So I've been, the optimistic thing is more and more people have been writing to me over the last week saying, I am now getting it, David. I'm now understanding how this is actually a situation, especially with the cracks within the party. It is a situation where Trump may be able to be completely derailed, and that's a great thing. If you're shopping for a new mattress, I can tell you from experience that Helix Sleep is the place to start. I've been sleeping on a Helix mattress for years. It is by far the best mattress I've ever owned, and I already know Helix is where I will get my next mattress because Helix mattresses are tailored to your specific needs, which is really something that sets them apart. You take a 1-minute sleep quiz, answer questions, height, weight, sleep position, firmness preference, do you have back pain, and whether you get hot while sleeping. Helix will match you up with the right mattress so you can sleep your best. Helix matched me with a model that keeps me cool, has the right firmness, and is good for side sleepers. Most people go into the mattress buying process without an idea of what they need. Helix solves that problem. Helix will also remove your old mattress, and you get 100 days to decide, do you love your new Helix mattress with a full money-back guarantee? My audience gets 20% off plus 2 free pillows with all mattress orders when you go to helixsleep.com/Pacman. The link is in the description.